Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn to deploy soft media phones in Inform Voice. Let's review the unified communication applications available on Inform Voice. We have the UC client, which is a software application that incorporates mobility, presence, unified email, text messaging, third-party conference, call recording, and other collaboration features. And it ties to a desktop terminal, which the application is able to control. Then we have the soft media phone, which we can add to the UC client. And instead of the user having a desktop terminal, the user can use a headset on his or her computer to make the voice calls and also video calls. In order to install the UC client plus of MediaPhone, first we need to install a runtime, which is the Adobe Air, that's distributed by a company called Harman. And then we will browse to our Inform Voice server to download the installer for the UC client plus soft media phone, as we call it, SMP. This screen shows you the links to do the operation I just mentioned. So let's do it. Here I have my Windows computer I'm using to access Inform Voice server, but I will also use it as a client. So I don't need to switch back and forth between computers to show you administration stuff and the client itself. So let's work through the steps we need to install the UC client plus SMP. So I open a browser, and first I will go and download the Harman Adobe Air. And I will download this link. It's done. So now I can go back to my server and I will land in this page, and at this time I will download the installer for UC Client plus SMP. The browser asked me to trust this application because it doesn't know about it, so I will allow it. Okay, so we have the two executables we need, so I can go now to my downloads folder, and I have those two. First, I will need to install the Adobe Air, which is a runtime. It's pretty quick. And now I will install the application itself. Okay, we do have the application. Now the first item that we need to consider is to connect to our inform voice server. So we need to type the URL to get there. It's HTTP and the name of the server. We don't need to put the port number, but the port number to connect will be the 9080 because we are using a non-secure connection at this point. So we click on the submit button and it appears nothing happened, but actually the system connected, and now it presents the server selection, which is the configuration we did under the local area networks on Inform Voice. I will choose a user in Las Vegas, so I will select Las Vegas. Now the user I'm going to use is the same user I used when I showed you the UC client without SMP, which is Beth Davidson. And now, as you can see, we will install the soft media phone piece. So now we have the UC client plus soft media phone installed, but as you can see, there is no information regarding the soft media phone, either station, extension numbers, anything. So we have to go and assign them in Inform Voice first. So I will go to my Inform Voice administrator. And I will just center screen a little bit. So soft media phones, and as any other SIP terminal, needs registration information. So we need to add the registration information to Inform Voice. Now, in the case of the desktop terminals, we had to do it terminal by terminal. In the case of the SMPs, we will do it in a common dialog box, which applies to all the SMPs. That information can be found in the system properties. So I right click, I view properties, and I will go to a 3C SMP tab. And here I have the registered information, which in our case will be our server. We need to select if we want an FQDN, just one name translated to one IP address, or if we want to use SRV records to provide the SMP with alternatives to register. In this case, we have only one server to connect to, so we will do it easy. As per the transport, there are two ways, either TCP only or TLS. UDP is not supported for soft media phone. Well, we will select TCP and we will add the port number. Now, this is all we need for registration information in this configuration in particular. We are working on computers that are locally connected to the network where Inform Voice is sitting. As per the station numbers, we are working in user-centric environment where the users already have a number that identifies them. Is the number that we already created as its primary address. So the additional numbers that I can create for soft media phone are not relevant in terms of what number is it, because we are not going to dial that number. We are going to dial the main number, the primary number. And the user will select if the device soft media phone will ring or not. So we can use an auto address range where every time we create a new soft media phone, the system will automatically pick a number from that range. We have to use a range not being used before, and as we remove the digit 9 as access code for external calls, and we moved it to 8, 9 became available. So I will use 90XX as an example. Why did I use 90? Because if for whatever reason the user dials the number, I don't want it to get mixed up with a 911 call. So I can prevent unauthorized calls from happening. So now we have our SMP address range and a registered information set. So let's create soft media phones for our couple of users here. So I will go to my users tab and I will identify the user I'm working with, which is Beth Davidson. And now we will go to the addresses tab. As you see, we see only one, which is this primary number for Beth. So I will add a 3C SMP. See this button here. Okay, now you have the SMP added to the system. It's the extension 9000, the first one. And the device name, it already selected the device name, although I can go and click and edit it. If I have more than one, it's useful to give it different names. So we have it. So now let's see what happens on the other tabs. Let's see in the numbering plan tab. Now we have a 9000 on the numbering plan tab. This is the address. And look that the address was created for the Las Vegas zone because it's the zone where the user is sitting. So that's good. And now let's go to the station tab. And now I will see a new hub. Remember that the hub numbers are automatically created. So now I have a hub 5. So I will see I have station 9000 and with a proper zone and the same telephony area as the user had. Well, the profile is a default profile. I can use Beth Davidson's profile, which is managers. I can change the hub number to keep the convention. I don't believe I modified the LAN setting, but it doesn't matter. As per user rights, I can add Beth Davidson to have full Beth Davidson. Fine again. To have full rights. Mm. And you can see a 3C SMP tab, which is the information I entered originally under the system properties. If for whatever reason one of the SMPs has to have a different configuration than the rest, I can uncheck this reset properties to system default box, and I can edit the information manually to this particular SMP. So now let's go back to our client and set it up. So we need to assign a couple of things in the preferences of the user before the user is able to actually use the SMP. I have to go to my wheel here, and you will see that now I have another tab under preferences called Soft Media Phone. I click on that tab. I have to select what device I will use. Normally, I would select the headphones. In this case, this is an actual virtual machine, so you will see remote audio as an audio. On an actual laptop or desktop with a camera, the system might find video. Remember that the SMP can do video calls. And obviously, I have to select which SMP station I'm going to use for my particular UC client here. I define it only one, but we will need to make it active. So now, oh, here you have it. The phone is registered here. So now we have soft media phone. So what can I do with it? Let's go back to the preferences and let's see what we can do on the call offering tab. Now I have two entries. The primary number, the 3005, which is the primary number for Beth Davidson. And then I have a second device. So now the offering tab tells me which devices are going to ring when the user Beth Davidson is called. At this point, you will see both devices will ring. I can choose which one will ring. I can choose not to ring anything. And then I have the default column. The default column tells me which station I'm going to use when I click, for example, on the dial button over here. That will be the default device that will be used to, let's say, answer a call or make a call. If I want to really select a device, I have to do it on purpose by clicking on the arrow here and choose the actual device I'm going to use to answer a phone call. So let's make a quick call to check. So I have my call here. I have to choose which device I'm going to use. And I'm still going to use the desktop phone. But as you can see, I can choose either one. This is the microphone. Either using the desktop phone or using the soft phone, I'm able to control the call itself. I can put the call on hold. I can transfer the call. Let's see if I have more options here. Here it's just an informational display for showing me the people I'm talking to. So this is it for the soft media phone. As you can see, we apply everything we know about the UC client and all the features the UC client already has apply directly to this. We just added um, an audio device to the computer. So the user can be mobile and user doesn't need a desktop terminal if the user is on the road, for example. Mm. There's obviously more to talk about UC client. We will start exploring particular features, but this will be done on a different video. So with this, I thank you and see you on the next one.